Hello everyone, my name is Bishan Karka. Today we'll be doing how to map ER diagram to relation schema. We have 8 entities such as reason, store, product, vendor, category, customer, sales transaction, and includes. We do have various kinds of attributes. We have many to many as well as one to one attributes such as reason name, product price, vendor name, customer zip, store zip, etc. For this assignment, we need to draw a diagram. To make a diagram, we have to go to entity relation, select the table. For the first one, I'll be doing for the reason table. So the table will be REZION, and now here the reason ID. The primary key is reason ID. And the attributes we have is reason name. We don't need these rows too, so we're just gonna delete it. We don't need no row 3. So now we'll be doing for the store. Now we need to bring another table, and now it's gonna be for the store. STORE on uppercase. So here the primary key is going to be store ID, and the attributes is going to be store zip, and the foreign key is going to be reason ID. We'll be writing as FK, and now we don't need no row 3. So now the reason ID is connected to the reason table. We're drawing a line and mapping them together. It's kind of complicated to draw a line, honestly. It really triggers me. Okay, finally I got it. It's connected together. And for the next one, now we'll be doing for the product. Right here we have product ID, product price, product name. We'll be making one more table over here. It's going to be product. I'm gonna be writing on uppercase product. Here we have the product ID. It's a primary key. For attributes, we have product price, product name. Start with product price. We have product name, GUCT name. We have the vendor ID as a foreign key, so we'll be writing here VENDOR vendor ID. It is a foreign key, so we'll be writing a notice initial of FK, so it's gonna be easy for us. Now we need one more box, so we'll be duplicating it, and I'm gonna clear it. And I'll be writing the category ID as the foreign key, CTZORY ID as a foreign key, FK with the initials. Now I'll be doing for the includes attributes. Now we'll be going to the entity relation and bringing up the table, making a new table for includes, and the primary key in the includes is going to be, we have no primary key, so it's only going to be a foreign key. So the foreign key is going to be the product ID, PRODUCT product, oh no, my bad, PRODUCT product ID. For this we have an attribute as a quantity, it's quantity QUNTITY, and whereas the TID is going to be the foreign key on this includes oh no, my bad again, it's going to be TID. It is going to be the foreign key so now here the product ID on the includes and the product ID, we have the relationship, so we will be mapping them together from the product ID no, not this one, it's not the one. I hated this is what I hated. Can we have to do it again? Let me try doing control one, let me try doing undo, do back, no, so it's okay. I'll be doing for includes, alright, be done in all uppercase, unique right here it is going to be product ID, and the foreign key would be TID, so we'll be writing the foreign key at the initials. For the row 2 we have the attribute as quantity QUNTITY quantity. So now we have product ID and product ID at the product table, and then includes, so we will be connecting them. Okay, now here it's mapped, so this is what we don't want, so we will be deleting it. Cut. I'm scared if I cut this everything goes out, so let me not take a chance, just backspace it. Thank God it didn't go through finally. So for now we'll be doing okay, let me clear this row 3, we don't need it. Now let me do for the sales transaction. So we have the attributes, a date, and store ID as a foreign key, and we have customer ID as a foreign key too. So yeah, it's right here, goes right there. So we'll be making a new table for this. Okay, at the head, at the top we'll be writing sales transactions. At the uppercase later. Okay, now here we have TID as a primary key. The attributes are TDate. We only have one attribute, so it's going to be TDate. We have the store ID as a foreign key, so we'll be writing the store ID, the row 2 as TORA ID as a foreign key. Initials with the FK. Now for the another foreign key, we have the customer ID, as I said earlier. So we'll be writing down FK in the beginning and CUSTM customer ID. Now we have the store ID right here, and we do have the store ID right here, so we will be connecting it with the store ID, the foreign key right here. So let's make a line, let's connect them, let's map them. Hopefully it goes well this time. It's kind of complicated. Okay, finally I got it. Oh shit, it's kind of perfect. I hope it's good, because yeah. Oh no, I don't want this. Oh no. Okay, now I'm gonna go do for the vendor. So for the vendor, the vendor ID is the primary key, and we have an attribute as a vendor name. So I'll be making one right here. We have to get a table. It's gonna be kind of tiny. Yeah, so for the top of the table, I'll be writing as a vendor. The primary key is going to be the vendor ID. So now we have a vendor name as an attribute, and DOR and AME. So we don't need no row 2, so we're gonna clear it up. We don't need no row 3, backspace it. Now we'll be going to make a category ID. So we'll be making a new table. Yeah, here we go. Okay, the table name is going to be category, CATEGORY. And here we have the category ID as a primary key. TEGORY. So now here the category, the primary key is going to be TEGORY category ID, and the attribute is going to be category name. Category name, we don't need no row 2, so we're just gonna delete it, erase it. And now here we have connection between a vendor ID, we have a foreign key and a primary key right there. So we'll be joining them. Though I have really less amount of space, I try my best to connect it. I changed this in the end. Trying to make a straight line, but nope, it's not letting me make it. Let me try again. I hate it. I hate it to go through all of this. Okay, it wants me to take a little bit ahead and go. Okay, for now it's gonna be like this, but I'm gonna change it later. We did have a foreign key category ID and category ID connecting right here, so I'll be drawing a line. I have a really tight space, but I'll be giving my best. Here we go. This is kind of okay, rather than the up one. Now I'll be doing for the customer entity. That's gonna be the last one. Finally, we're almost there. Okay, it's gonna be for customer entity. I'll be writing CUSTOMER. The primary key is customer ID, it's mentioned right here, and the attributes are customer name and customer JIP. Because CUSTOMER customer ID is primary key. We have the attributes as customer name, and we have the other attribute as CUSTOMER customer JIP. So we don't need no row 3, we're just gonna delete it. Okay, now we have a connection from the sales transaction entity to customer entity. We can see a customer ID is on the sales transaction is as a foreign key, but whereas in customer entity we have a customer ID as a primary key. So we'll be connecting or mapping them together. Okay, here we go. We did it. So now, oh okay, I have missed something here. Oh yeah, I have missed to connect the entity includes and sales transactions, the foreign key, the TID. Let me finish it. We have the TID on includes entity as a foreign key, whereas we didn't have TID and sales transaction entity as a power key. So let me connect it. Here we go. It's not okay. It's gonna be kind of confusing. So let me move this. Yes, here we go. Okay, it's not that confusing now. Let me double check all of my ER diagrams, whether if I'm completely right, or if there's anything I need to recorrect it. See here we have two. I don't know why. Let me just clear it. Yeah, good. And this on the regional. Let me double check it. I think it's gonna take me a while. Yeah. Just double checking that to make sure everything is right. The lines, the connections, the mappings, and the tables. Okay, let me change. Oh yeah, I just did it wrong. Let me change it. Let me go through others. Product ID, product entity. Oh yes, I did the same error right here. So let me change it. Yeah, got it. Almost there. Oh shit, I missed it. Let me run that through again and join them. I'm gonna move the line. So looks like I'm completely done. It took me a long time. It was kind of stressful. I double checked my errors and everything. Now it looks good. Now I'll be submitting the assignments finally. That was kind of tough and confusing. So here we go.